I'm gonna include that in the intro. What is going on, guys? It is your boy TKD once you're back at Plays and Source. This is, of course, Road to Miles Morales, the weekly podcast series about any and all things Spider-Man Miles Morales as we head towards the release of Spider-Man Miles Morales. So with me, of course, my luxurious co-host, the ArachKnight. How are you doing, good sir?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm tired. I don't know why. I'm tired. But with me, who hopefully is not that tired, and he's definitely the slim, not shady one. That is, of course, to Real Deathly. How are you doing, good sir?
I hate to break it to you, but I am also tired. I don't know why. I got a lot of rest last night. You know.
Damn, bro, you are on that mic
solid
like
8 hours.
Savage, bro.
You are on. Yeah.
You are on top of that mic like a savage. Hey, hold up.
This is an ASMR
podcast.
Good.
Yeah, this is an ASMR. Hold up. Number one, but ArachKnight. I was telling Real Deathly this last week, but yo, if you go back and listen to episode 2, I don't know what Real did. I don't know if he dipped his mic in Wakandan gold or vibranium. I don't know, but he was sounding crispy.
Well, it's because he was sitting on the ground and the mic was not too far, but not too close.
I guess, but yo, it sounded
that's exactly where I'm at right now, so I'm hoping that it'll stay.
That's crisp.
It just sounded crispy last week. I was like, man. But if you want to listen to the Crispy Boys, that sounded so wrong. If you want to listen to Real Deathly's crispy voice, you can, of course, catch the show here on youtube.com/PlayStation as well as your favorite podcast service every Sunday. Just kidding, every Saturday by hitting the anchor link down below to find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Play Podcasts, Spotify, and any other major podcast service, or by just searching PlayStation Source podcast feed. To support the show, you can, of course, like and subscribe, as well as become a member of the channel by hitting the join button or the link in the description to become a member of the channel as well. Hit that join button as well. You can be a Prince tier and a King tier for $1 and $5 respectively, giving you access to different channel badges, emotes, as well as shoutouts and all PSS content, just like the homies. I need to pull up the updated list. Here we go. Owen, ArachKnight, Chungi, Caleb Kaiser, and the homie Tapio Musa. Shout out to Tap. Much love to all of the members and anyone watching this on any podcast service or any youtube.com/PlayStation Source link if it's open on your old desktop. And make sure to hit down below in the description to follow us on Discord and Twitter as well. Links below in the description. You can also find the links to what we are going to talk about today, because Game Informer pulled up with the good stuff. If you guys are not aware, Game Informer obviously does cover game of the month, where they choose one big game that is coming out and they do a whole cover story about it. They do a bunch of info dumps on it and different stuff like that, and then it lasts a whole month. So we'll have plenty to cover on Road to Miles Morales. But they were, of course, a part of choosing Spider-Man Miles Morales as the cover story for this month of October. Did you gentlemen see the cover?
I did.
That looks
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
The drawn one by Sarah Pichelli, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, her work on other Spider-Man comics has always been something to look forward to. Her on the I believe they call it the Abram-azing Spider-Man, the one that's being written by J.J. Abrams' son.
Ooh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, it's a bad comic.
Damn.
Yo, I was intrigued, and you just took me out back and slaughtered me. You hate to see it.
Yeah, sorry, old yeller, but the art is good. Always a highlight to see her work. The comic is not. So anybody who's read it, a lot of the people that I look towards for comic news and their opinions on comic books tend to agree. I bought the first one, and then that was the last one I bought. But
absolutely
tragic. But that cover art is very, very good. I may just pick up a single issue of Game Informer just for that.
Yeah, I really want this because when I pre-ordered my PS5, right, I was like, hey, also re-up my GameStop Pro Rewards membership because I want them Game Informers. But then I remember telling him also, hey, I want the physical GameStop magazine, so I'm going to also give you my updated address. That way you can send them shits my way. You know what I'm saying? I do not want the digital version. I want the physical version of the Game Informer subscription. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They did not do that. they did digital. I got a link. I'm like, well, shit. I mean, is it both now? Do you also get digital and physical? I really doubt that, but I'm gonna check my mail after this. Maybe, who knows? Maybe I do have a physical Game Informer in my mailbox, but I don't know. I might be with you on that. Like, I really might go out and cop this, you know, because I have a ton of Game Informers, but since I moved out of my childhood house, I don't have a lot of them, you know. So, hate to see it. Tragedy. It's a real deathly. Any thoughts on you know? I don't know why he's swinging.
It was fantastic. I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if my Game Informer subscription is still active. I really hope it is, because I feel like every once in a while my mom just like throws one in my room.
Yeah, same, right? It's not every month though, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like I get like every other month's issue, you know? Who knows? But yeah, this one I might have to pull up and grab a copy in store for sure. That was looking fire. But of course, it's the whole month of coverage. We did get a few little things about this, and the main thing I want to talk about that we got from this Game Informer coverage is, of course, the cutscenes that we got. All right, so first up, we got the opening to the game, seemingly, which, you know, I kind of wish we didn't get, but I'm gonna still look at it, of course. But I kind of wish we were able to experience this opening organically. But we have Miles swinging through the city, very, very analogous to, of course, Peter Parker's opening in Spider-Man PS4. You know what I'm saying? At least, you know what? Maybe we're not that spoiled because we only got the swinging part. Like we didn't get like whatever he was doing before that. That would be the actual opening. So I digress. But
I liked how it looked though. Like, I feel like there was a definite inexperience to how he was swinging.
Oh yeah. Even like how he like exited from a swing and like was in the air.
He was kind of like backwards.
Exactly. Yeah. Like he was all types of messed up. You know what I'm saying? Definitely unexperienced. ArachKnight, did you spot anything kind of crazy about his swinging or whatever, or anything cool?
So in the I believe in the first boss video.
Yes, which that was also something that we did get, which is fire.
So when you watch it, Miles, when he jumps on the wall, slides down a little bit before stopping. Well, Peter just sticks on the wall like any other day. And while they, when they're both webbing up the helicopter as it's swinging down, Miles keeps one hand on the wall, fires with the other. Peter just shoots with both hands and keeps himself on the wall steady with his feet. And if you watch I believe it was the reveal trailer for Spider-Man 2018, in the very beginning of the introduction to that trailer, Peter swings or shoots a web with one hand while keeping his hand on the other. So it shows Peter's progression, and it also shows that Miles is catching up to Peter, because Peter has to learn all this stuff on his own, while Miles gets a giant head start because he has somebody who's been doing this for 8 to 9 years at this point.
Yeah. And I think I forgot if it was in the actual Game Informer article, but I'm looking right now on Twitter because I definitely saw I forget if he's like the lead producer over at Game Informer, but he did a kind of an AMA. Here it is. Andrew Rhino, who is exactly editor-in-chief over at Game Informer. So he did like an AMA, and like he was answering questions that we had and stuff like that, and he was answering them. So I do have that thread, so we can pull up a little bit of that, maybe go through some of the questions there. He answered a ton, but we probably won't go through a lot. But I believe it was either here or in the Game Informer article where he did talk about how they have completely all new mocap data for Miles' swinging. So there is nothing that's reused from Spider-Man PS4 in terms of that. In terms of just animation, like I'm sure the actual functionality of swinging is taken over because I feel like they did a really good job with it back in Spider-Man PS4. But the actual animations and like how it looks is all changed to reflect that Miles is new. Yeah.
Miles's dodge animations are very different from Peter's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
and his finishers looked very different too.
Yeah, no, Miles's finishers were almost less elegant than Peter's.
Yeah, they looked kind of brute.
Yeah,
I liked it a lot.
They with Peter, like I know that he talks about it sometimes in the comics, like this references directly from the Back in Black storyline when he was fighting the Kingpin. So I remember him talking about it as like there's no acrobatics, there's no graceful graceful swinging, and no webs, no nothing. It's just I'm just gonna beat the shit out of you.
Actually, speaking of that, someone asked him in this thread actually that I'm looking at right now, are the swinging animations any different? He answers yes, completely new. Miles's movements are inspired by skydiving acrobatics. Very, very interesting.
I noticed. Oh, sorry, you go.
No. Go ahead.
So something I noticed with Miles's dodges is that it's almost like a side flip. Like it's very, for lack of a better word, spinny. He spins a lot.
Spinny.
Like
yeah.
and everything he does, like from what I've noticed, he spins a lot. So that's how I would do it if I was recently Spider-Man. I'd spin around all the time.
Yeah. And then someone did ask him, does the swinging animations differ from Spider-Man PS4, or do they copy paste those animations? Because the small swinging footage we got looks very similar to the animations of Spider-Man PS4. Andrew then replied, all new animations, Miles is less sure in his movements and relies more on his legs for momentum.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting. And then also, I think you talked about the boss battle with Rhino, which is a cool, throwback to Rhino. I don't think Rhino's ever gonna know that Miles encountered him in the first game. As we'll go over in the whole recap, where Rhino never really physically saw Miles, as far as I'm aware. He just thought it was just like some person that was, but he'll probably never know it was Miles. But someone did ask, was the boss battle between Rhino and Miles more complex / intricate and difficult than the first game's boss battles? He says, I'd say it's comparable to the Kingpin fight when it comes to the action battle, but the setup is ridiculous, from what he says. So who knows what that could actually mean. I'm excited though. I'm excited that the first foe that he faces is Rhino, like a bit of a face that we all recall from the first game.
Yeah.
And a definite close throwback for the players, because Rhino won't recognize Miles, but Miles definitely recognizes Rhino.
Yeah, it's like they're running it back.
Yeah. Pretty cool stuff. But links below in the description. Definitely, guys, check out the new gameplay and stuff like that. It's looking fire. I can't wait for this game, y'all.
I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited.
I need this. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to think if there's anything else that was worth bringing up from the Game Informer stuff. There's like a ton of different little small tidbits in there. Actually, a good one to kind of bring up is maybe the different modes in this game. So off the top of my head, I'm trying to remember. So there is a 4K 60 mode that will not have ray tracing, right? And then there's a 4K 30 mode that will have ray tracing and different stuff like that. I think I'm pretty sure those were the two performance modes in it. So I'm of course gonna be playing 60 frames because come on, man, come on now. I'm gonna try out the 4K 30 mode just to see how it looks. You know what I'm saying? In terms of the different effects and stuff like that, and ray tracing and all that, but I'm definitely in towards 60 frames for sure. Because, something I forgot to bring up, gentlemen, that I did tell you guys. I did achieved platinum for Spider-Man PS4.
We saw
Oh, love to see it.
You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Much appreciated. You know what I'm saying? It was definitely not hard. Like,
No.
definitely not. Yeah. It's a super easy plat. But I mainly wanted to just get one last gameplay in, you know, to see what it felt like on PS4 before I go to PS5 and play Miles Morales. But yo, you can feel those 30 frames in that game. You know, overall, I think it's a pretty smooth 30 frames, but you can feel those 30 frames. You know what I'm saying? So definitely seeing Spider-Man remastered in 60 frames and be able to play this game in 60 frames, I think it's gonna be a good time, because I definitely felt it going back to Spider-Man PS4. You know, but that's all she wrote. I finally got the platinum. I don't want to hear nobody talking shit to me, looking at my profile. I mean, oh man, how the hell are you doing Spider-Man plat? I got it. All right.
Hey, yo, my man, how you get it so late? Oh, who said that?
2 years, 1 month. Let's get it.
See, because here's the thing, right? If I were like y'all, right, and got the platinum instantly, right, you guys have less of a reason to go back to this game. Do you know what I'm saying?
Dog, I finished this game 6 times. What do you mean?
I mean, shit. I honestly, I low key want to do a new game plus run. I'm not even gonna lie. I low key want to do it.
You gotta wait for honestly in like a week or two you could.
Oh, I know I could bank, because it's only like a 12-hour game. Yo, I could easily do that.
Yeah, no, we gotta have content for Miles Morales.
But here's the thing, like, I think, okay, here's why I'm a little against that right now.
Oh, you're waiting for Spider-Man 2, right?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna stream Spider-Man Remastered. Yeah, right. But another thing is that I have to begin the process of letting go of the old face. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
And it's gonna get worse if I replay it now. You know, and next month I have the new face. Think what I'm saying? So it's like it's like almost like a breakup.
But what happens
you know what I'm saying?
if you
Like,
get the new face and you just wish you had that one last time with the old face?
I already got that one last time. I already got the platinum, and I saw
but-
his face a little bit in there. You know
But
what I'm
this
saying?
isn't the last time if we're discussing it next time.
Look, guys, look. It is. We all need to collectively do the hard thing, and that is to start detaching from the old face. It's not gonna come back. It's never gonna be back. All right. We need to take it out back and kill it with fire. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, what? Why the disrespect?
Yeah.
There's no
honestly,
disrespect, but I'm just being a realist here, guys. Like, we're not gonna have an option to look at the old face model.
Thanos. Realist.
Guys, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know?
Pain.
Listen, I have the Thanos glove, and I'm about to snap this motherfucking old face model out of my brain. Like, we have to do this. There's no other way. There's no other way. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what other option do we have?
Play it one more time.
I already got the platinum. I already played.
Do you have the new game plus though?
No, I don't.
No ultimate difficulty.
Ultimate difficulty is easier than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, the whole game was pretty easy.
I thought I was gonna be like dying left and right.
I forgot how much I enjoyed combat. Honestly, I really, really love the combat in that game.
Oh, same.
It's really, really good. I forgot how much I enjoyed it, honestly. But yep, it was a great time. Definitely a great time. But while I won't be, while I'm putting the hard foot down, and saying I'm not gonna replay this game until we get the new face model, in an effort to do a smooth transition, right? I did want to recap the story of Miles Morales with you all. If you guys missed the stream, I did it Tuesday night. It's up on the channel right now. You can check it out. I found a video of all of the Miles Morales story specific elements in Spider-Man PS4, as well as the DLC, the City That Never Sleeps, and we all watched it on stream and got to experience Spider-Man PS4 in the eyes of Miles Morales only, right? It was a great time. It definitely made me want to replay the game again, even though I won't. But I kind of wanted to run down the old Miles Morales story specifically, just to get us prepped up for what we could experience, of course, in Miles Morales. You know what I'm saying? And in terms of what story elements are going to be, further threaded in the sequel. Well, I guess 1.5, not really the sequel. I digress. Why is it that they didn't name the friend when Peter is webbing the helicopter? If you guys recall, it was the E3 demonstration a few years back. I think it was Spider-Man came out 2018. It was maybe E3 2018, honestly. I forgot. It was probably there, but when Miles has his phone, and is recording Peter do his web thingy on the helicopter thing, you know what I'm saying? The first time we see Miles in the game, actually, he refers to the captions refer to his friend as just friend, and not Genki. Is that supposed to be Genki? Let me know.
I think it's supposed to be Genki, and I also think that that's the second time that we see him in the game.
When's the first time?
It's like I feel like in the opening cutscene when he says like coming through or something like that, and he's going across the balcony. I feel like that's Miles' back that we're looking at.
No.
Wait, what?
I swear it was built like that.
He's referring to the new
Miles.
suit. He's referring to the new suit cutscene when Peter first gets the advanced suit.
Yes.
Wait,
No, that's a no from me.
When he first gets the advance,
Miles
is somewhere in there.
Yeah, like I believe it's near the very beginning after Peter jumps off of the lab with Ock.
Yes,
and he zips across a balcony where there are tables and people are eating.
Okay.
And then
there's one dude that's standing up. Could have sworn that was Miles, but not facing us.
That's too that's. I feel like that would have been referenced because Peter, like, I don't know, or not Peter, Miles had mentioned never really seeing Spider-Man like face to face. It's like, oh, there's Spider-Man.
That's fair.
I feel like that would have been referenced. But
back to the main point. I do feel like that's Genki with him.
Do you think it was a matter of like, oh, let's just give him friends? Because like at least in the recap stream that we did, I didn't think it looked like Genki that much, but I think you could like I don't know. Maybe I haven't seen this, Genki fella, with this corny ass weird name. I don't think maybe I haven't seen him enough in game, perhaps, but I don't know. Just a thought. Who knows? But after that, of course, we because not directly Miles Morales, but we do have to talk about how Miles gets into the whole plot via Jefferson, of course, Miles' father, save Spider-Man. The recap cut out the whole thing where Spider-Man and Jefferson go on that mission thing, and they do that. Y'all know what I'm talking about? I forgot what they were doing exactly, but like they went to like a warehouse type thing.
Yeah.
You guys remember? Yeah.
It was on the docks, right?
Yeah. So they didn't show that in the recap, but they do show Jefferson saving Spider-Man by Millie rocking one of the homies that were trying to kill Spider-Man. After, well, no, he actually before that slams his cop car into a semi, I think, or just another car.
Yeah, into another car.
And then gets out. Millie Rock punches the homie and saves Spider-Man. Gets the Medal of Honor. That's cool. And then when we go to the ceremony where Jefferson is being awarded the Medal of Honor, we have Jefferson telling him the quote that we first heard here, but then also heard when we first saw Miles Morales being unveiled. A hero is just someone who doesn't give up. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have any thoughts on how we clearly see how that's where the quote came from? You know, I think we heard it one more time in Spider-Man PS4 as well, and then now we heard it when we first got Miles Morales confirmed and we saw that trailer unveiling the game. Do we think that this is definitely gonna be a big major part of Miles becoming Spider-Man?
Yeah, like, I mean, Jefferson's impact to Miles is what drives him to Feast and how to cope. And I'm sure that being Spider-Man helps him cope with his loss. Like, being involved with, like, Peter and being his own Spider-Man. I wonder how they're going to refer to...
Gentlemen.
Unprofessional.
I wonder if we're gonna be subscribed to J. Jonah Jameson again, and he's gonna be talking about
so.
like, oh, now he's got his little partner out there.
I forgot we did get James Jonah Jameson stuff this week.
Yeah, we did.
Oh, I have those files somewhere. Okay, guys, we are gonna read those, but I do have some breaking news right now. Okay, I need everyone to sit down. All right,
You know I'm sitting down.
All right, look. Game Informer just put up a video 7 minutes ago as we are recording. Exclusive look at Spider-Cat in Spider-Man Miles Morales. What is going on here, boys? ArachKnight, do you know anything about Spider-Cat?
The fuck?
No? Okay,
No.
all right. We need. Okay, we're this mate. I wanna look at this live. I know we are recording. I don't want to stop the recording. I kind of just want to see what's going on.
Wait, there's a friendly neighborhood Spider-Cat. All right, wait. First, and remember to see the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man app.
Yeah.
Miles made a Spider-Man app.
Oh, that's fire.
Probably for people. It's
I
like,
see.
hey, if you need help, just put it on the app. Since that's Miles is like, you know, he's adept in like cell phones and hacking and stuff like that. Ooh, these web swinging animations are crisp.
They are really good. Wait, I don't. Wait, so Spider-Cat. Wait, so it's an application that.
No, Spider-Cat looks like just a side mission. I'm watching this currently.
So am I. Oh, look at the kid in the backpack.
Yeah.
Yo. Wait, that's actually adorable as fuck. Guys, I know this is super weird for the recording, but we're watching this live right now.
Yeah, there's Genki in a phone call.
Yeah, a Genki in a phone call with something about underground caches, stuff like that. Oh, we got Miles waving at a baby girl coming out the bodega, you know what I'm saying? We love to see that.
Oh, that triple suspension finisher was hot.
Oh, man.
There's Spider-Cat.
Yeah. Oh, the cat is named Spider-Man.
Yeah.
How does the cat not fall out of the bag? The zipper is not closed.
Interesting.
That cat is dexterous.
Momentum, like a roller coaster. If you move fast enough.
Oh, that's fair.
What is it like? I believe it's called centripetal. The speed outweighs gravity. Shout out to physics. Yo, you can take Spider-Cat with you. Let's go.
Oh my god, the cat has a fucking mask. I'm gonna cry. Game of the year. The cat can do takedowns with you. Oh shit. Y'all, game of the year. Game of the year. Game of the year, y'all. Oh my gosh.
Why did Michael tweet Insomniac Games has the best weed confirmed?
I just saw that too. I'm not sure why that was tweeted, but
that's funny.
Wow.
I know.
I see the mask.
I know which costume I'm using. Dude.
Oh my god, this is hot.
Spider-Cat.
They did not have to do this, but I'm glad they did.
Bro. I like that hoodie. Did anybody else notice that hoodie?
I did. Alright. Back to Road 2. Miles Morales. Sorry, we took a little.
I also
break right
noticed a different detail in the inexperience of his web swinging when he, the L2 R2 swing to a certain or pull to a certain point animation. Like
Yeah.
his hands were like waving in the air, like oh, like fuck.
Very good point. So before we continue on the whole recap, I do want to something that I completely forgot to put in the news doc section. We do have a new thing called Daily Bugle now. So this will be in Miles Morales, and it seems to be, of course, J. Jonah Jameson, Daily Bugle, stuff like that. But it's in a written format. I'm not sure if his podcast will return. I really hope it does because I think those are funny as hell. But I did want to read a little bit through this, if I may. May I, gentlemen?
As you wish.
All right. Daily Bugle now starts as such. For months, New Yorkers who normally never look in any direction except straight ahead have had quite the exciting reason to keep their eyes to the skies. The Spider-Man we've seen for nearly a decade has suddenly multiplied to 2. When Spidey's partner first descended, the new wall crawler's webs were messy, his one-liners were cheesy, and his swinging wasn't that graceful. Since then, he's been seen training on rooftops and in alleys all across town with his mentor. But a question New Yorkers had given up on years ago has suddenly resurfaced. Who is this new Spider-Man? Is he a radioactive lab engineer sibling? A gymnast with a penchant for justice? He seems younger, and the feverish way he swings from lampposts and fire escapes to help everyday New Yorkers suggests he is very enthusiastic about being a hero at the very least. The fact remains that New Yorkers eventually accepted the anonymity of our first Spider-Man. I'd be lying if I said I didn't love a mysterious mass vigilante. Does it really matter who wears the suit as long as they're on our side? Spider-Man has spent the last year making our city the safest it's ever been. He unmasked Kingpin as real estate mogul Wilson Fisk, exposed Mr. Negative as philanthropist Martin Lee, and knocked out Magia Don Hammerhead, aka Joseph Martello. He even prevented catastrophe by thwarting last year's raft jailbreak, orchestrated by mad scientist Otto Octavius and carried out by supervillains Rhino, Vulture, Electro, and Scorpion. All are facing lifelong sentences at the raft. Since then, a lack of formation and respect within the lower ranks have leaderless henchmen turning on each other, but the underground, a Willy gang assumed to have disbanded after last year's events, has resurfaced as an organized crime neon-lit crew with startling high-tech weaponry. Eyewitnesses report that the underground has joined the gang brawls, picking off the last of raft-bound boss's lieutenants. They've even gone so far as to brazenly claim they're more powerful than the city's most notorious crime boss, Kingpin. Just when New Yorkers have started to feel safe again, the gang's reemergence has reminded us all that this is the city that never sleeps. Hey. Calm never lasts long. What is the underground planning? And will either of the Spider-Men step up to shut them down?
So they're just
What it is.
referring. That's something I was gonna ask earlier. It's like I wonder how they're going to refer to Miles and Peter respectively. It's like, hey, it's Spider-Man. It's like, which one?
Yeah. I guess they're Spider-Men. You know what I'm saying? The younger, newer Spider-Man, I suppose. I see. Interesting.
Yeah, like I don't know. I like how the lady in the shop like got excited, and then I was like, yeah, never mind. It's newbie Spider-Man.
Yo, I just love the concept of having a kid. Wait, where is this cat? Okay, ArachKnight, is there a Spider Cat anywhere in like comic lore or stuff like that, or is this like an original thing?
This is an original thing.
Damn.
Peter rescues animals all the time, but it's just like dedicated partner bat cow. This is a new thing.
Honestly, I think they just did it for the memes, and I'm glad they did. This is perfect.
I dig it.
It's perfect for absolutely no reason at all.
I want that hoodie.
I want that hoodie too. I want this game right now. Oh man. you love to see it. You love to see a new Spider Cat or a Spider Cat, and the fact that broke while we were recording. Hope this all still flows together for the listeners and viewers of this good old podcast. But moving back on to the rails that we were at before, you know what I'm saying? Wait, where the hell were we at before? Oh yeah, okay. So a hero, is just someone who doesn't give up. That's cool, whatever, all that good stuff. And then we had the unfortunate events of Mr. Negative's henchmen attack the ceremony. Jefferson sacrifices himself to save people at the ceremony by pushing one of the suicide bombers away from the crowd as much as possible. And then, Jefferson, unfortunately, is dead. You hate to see it. Something I didn't put in here. How'd you guys feel about Miles saving his mom under the rubble of that whole debris and stuff?
All right. That was a good scene. I just saw something that got me excited, but is off topic.
Oh, I mean,
bring it
trying
to
to share
the
with
court.
the class, sir.
Dexter's coming back.
Dexter sucks, man.
Wait, Dexter's coming back. Which Dexter?
The serial killer.
How are they gonna bring that back? I mean, I love that show.
I'd like to ask the classic question, Kevin. Why the fuck do you have such bad takes?
Cause
have you even watched Dexter, Kevin?
Dude,
no, I know it's trash,
bro. What
That's
the?
cap. That's unmitigated
dude,
cap.
Dude, that is cap. That is a whole captain right there.
Does it have one of the
captain.
worst? Does it have one of the worst endings I've ever seen in television?
Yes.
Yeah, it does. But the first 3, 4, whatever, 5 seasons, fucking magnificent.
Look, man, Genki's a horrible name.
I'm
right. Dexter's trash.
ArachKnight,
Right.
let's go get some breakfast. Kevin can finish the cast on his own.
Breakfast is 1:18 in the afternoon.
Dog, I'm not even awake
and
at
when is
1:18
breakfast
in the
food
afternoon.
bad?
Breakfast
When is breakfast food bad?
at 1:18 in the afternoon. Breakfast is bad.
Cap, you have such.
Dude,
another
it's
bad
just
take.
L after L.
I will not be turned against the fucking shit. All right. Y'all
you're
know
alone,
I'm
Alex.
down.
Right now, I bet you that place is full.
I don't think it is full right now, given circumstances. That
No,
I can't-
I drove past an IHOP and there was a line out the door.
oh well.
Bang. W.
Pancakes.
So how we feel about Miles saving his mom?
No,
you gotta love it.
that scene really made you feel as helpless as an average New Yorker in an age of supervillains, because you can see Spider-Man and the Avengers do amazing feats like catch a helicopter midair and all this other crazy stuff, but imagine you're just an average New Yorker and you see Spider-Man swinging through the air and fighting Electro mid-air, and you can't even jump up a foot.
Or you can't even jump.
You can't
Where's
even
that?
jump. Shout out to wheelchairs.
Oh my god, I wasn't even.
I thought that's exactly what you were going for.
Bro, I was going for just
I was like, okay, shout out to the paraplegics.
Sometimes homies can't hop. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Oh man.
No,
But
yeah.
I definitely think that this whole aftermath of the attack on the ceremony does show Miles' first time in terms of a heroic type of way,
I'm
No.
I'm excited to see. Oops. I was gonna continue. Dang, you're defensive now after us pointing at you.
Oh man.
I'm excited to see how Miles makes the identity work around his mom, who's known him without powers for most of his life, and now how he's gonna balance that, because we'll see we might see hints as oh yeah, I don't know how to hide this stuff from my mom. It's Peter's yeah, with Aunt May it was hard for a while. It's it's this is what you do, be careful not to break anything, because in Ultimate Spider-Man, when Peter first got his powers, he fell asleep in class and woke up suddenly. Like, you know how like sometimes you just twitch when you're asleep?
Yeah.
Peter twitched and ripped his desk in half.
Oof. Holy shit. You hate to see it.
Yeah, he broke a whole desk in half just one day at school because he fell asleep.
You see, listen, if I see a homie rip a desk in half, I'm not going to let that slide.
I'm going to calmly exit the classroom before he unzips the JanSport.
Dude,
Oh
you
God.
think if
Oh my
somebody
God.
could rip a desk in half, they need that? It's just gonna be like Mortal Kombat,
Well,
or like God of War.
Either way, I'm still calmly leaving the classroom. I will be the first one out.
No, I just have questions as to like, hey, we're not going to just not let this just fly.
It's like, we're not gonna
You
talk
don't need
about
to ask
that.
questions. You ask questions, that's how you die first, Kevin.
No, I just want to know how the hell is he able to rip a desk in half? And are you
Peter's-
Spider-Man?
Peter's excuse is that, well, you know, it's like the desks are cheap and his was falling
Yeah.
apart. Funny tangent, like just a side story. And back in like middle school, I broke a chair in half and had to pay for it.
Oof.
You hate to see
I
it.
was explaining a concept on friction and how friction generates heat. This is like 7th grade, so at the time it was, you know, something worth knowing. Like, and I explained it with a jacket string. So I put a jacket string around a chair and just started like pulling in each direction. It was a plastic chair. It's like, see, you can see heat being generated, and I was just talking and sawing, and then the next thing I noticed, the top part of the chair falls off.
Since we're going on tangents, in high school, in math class, we were doing a little thing where like everybody was just doing homework. The teacher wasn't really teaching. Everybody was off doing their own thing in the corners of the classroom. I'm sleeping. I have my hand my hand is like keep propping my face up while I'm sleeping. And what's it called? I had a dream that I was falling, so I moved my hand while I was sleeping, and my head smacked against the desk. And only one person saw it. Me and her just looked at each other. She was like, "Are you good?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm good. Don't worry about it." And I went back to sleep.
Shout out to Peter Parker. Ripping desks in
Definitely.
half.
Sleep in class.
I would not know how to act if I had spider powers.
Oh.
I feel like I want to use them, to be honest. I'd be like kind of too scared to use them. Low-key.
Oh no! See, I would have did exactly what Tom Holland Spider-Man did, or not did, but said. I would have joined the football team.
I don't know. Like,
I would have joined a football team and had 900 rushing yards a game.
dude,
But of course, Jefferson sacrifices.
this episode's so like
This episode
disorganized.
sucks. We're gonna get so many comments. Yo, this episode's a 2-pack of ass, bro.
Hey man, I think it's
Yo.
been a good time.
Yo, I'm chilling.
Listen,
I'm
all,
just-
all I'm saying is
I
that
am-
if I was listening to this in my car on the way to work, I would have a little giggle going.
Listen, I'm having a great time. I just know we gonna get that comment. Where's the timestamps? When did the topic actually start? Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, it's a recap episode. You want us to just go off back to back? This is gonna be a 20-minute episode.
Honestly, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. But in a similar way that perhaps we all need therapy. Wait, no. Before that.
Before trauma.
Before trauma. Well, Miles is experiencing trauma right here in, of course, Jefferson's funeral. And his, honestly, a bit disrespectful clapback at Peter at the funeral. Do y'all recall this cutscene?
I recall it. I don't recall what is specifically said.
Bro, Peter is just trying to console this man, right? And Miles is just like finishing his sentences because like he knows what exactly he's gonna say, like, you know. And I'm like, sir, you know, Miles, like I understand you like going through it, but like Peter trying to help you, you like, you don't have to be an asshole, you know. But like, here, Billy, you want to try and reenact it? Let's do it.
No.
Yeah,
I'm
go
Peter.
ahead. Let's see if I can finish your sentences.
Let's just do one line, okay? I'm Peter. You're my. I love how right that just says no. Look, I'm Peter. You're Miles. Okay. Hey, hey Miles,
Oh,
I know
God.
You wouldn't know what I'm going
you're-
through. Yeah, you do. I'm sure you
I'm
do.
just trying
To help.
to,
Yeah, that's okay.
and I don't know what else, but yeah, it was
It was
fucking
probably
great job.
exactly like that.
Fucking great job, great job. But yeah, that's exactly how it went down, right?
Dude, my head
like
is
Miles,
in my hands right now. God.
Miles,
Yo, just give me and Kevin the Oscar right now, Doug.
yo, that
We're
was
ready.
a fire performance, yo. But
I'm
but
crying.
but yeah, so Miles was like finishing Peter's sentences, all that, obviously showing some trauma, whatever, and because of that.
Obviously
mean-
showing some trauma or whatever. Dude, his dad died.
Some trauma or whatever.
I didn't mean
Later, pops.
His dad got
trauma.
bodied. His dad, dude, they Millie rocked on his
showing
corpse.
some trauma or whatever.
Yo, but you know what? Miles needs to pipe down. Peter's mom, dad,
Oh
and
my
uncle
God.
all got
Yeah, he doesn't
clapped.
know that.
They
He doesn't
all got
know
clapped.
that.
Yeah, he should know that. Okay.
You
Be
just
more
need
considerate,
to. You just need
Miles.
to. You just need to know,
Be more
It's like-
considerate, Miles.
dude.
This
I
is the worst.
no. We're not reading off a list for 2 hours. It's already going.
Hey,
better.
hey man.
Improv.
No, I think this shows like a good step in Miles' characterization. Like, this is like, what is he, like 15 at this point? So
Yes.
these are the years where you're the most like emotionally malleable, I feel, because the older that you get, the more stuck in your ways you become. So when you're around like like mid to late teens, at least for myself, speaking for myself, was when I made the most development, like emotionally and in my personality. So this could have gone like a couple of ways for Miles. And working at Feast, meeting Peter Parker, meeting Aunt May, and having all these positive influences surrounding his life to eventually become the hero he, was inspired by. Like this is good for Miles. Like, as tragic as it is, like, this is like the catalyst that really drives Miles' development for the rest of the series in the what do they call it, the Gamerverse? That sounds like something a 13-year-old would think of. but-
Oh, like what are we gonna call this? Like
yeah, this
specific
universe.
story? It has a number. I forgot what it is.
It has
it
a number. I'm
999?
not calling it that. I'm not. It's like, hey, it's fucking
Is it-
9962.
Is it really that?
No,
Isn't it 9999? Or am I wrong?
I believe
I
that's
forgot.
the MCU.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, I think
Oh, shit.
MCU is it's like 5 9s or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. I see,
So
I see.
I'm just gonna call it the Insomniac verse or the Arkham verse.
Yeah, Insomniac first would be
That
would be
works.
good.
Yeah. So
I was sitting there in my head trying to combine Spider-Man and PS4.
Spider-Man PS4.
No, but like with
PS4, man.
verse, but it wasn't gonna work. Spider-Man, Spider PS4 verse, Spider PS verse.
Did
The
y'all
ins-
thought it was weird that during this funeral, at some point, Peter asks Miles' mom for his number so that he could later contact her about Miles not working, but like helping out at Feast? Did y'all find that weird?
No, like, it's like Miles' mom and Peter's like, yeah, he's gonna need help. It's like, here, if you feel comfortable coming to me for help, I know a place that can be good for him.
No,
It's like-
I mean just the essence of Peter asking Miles' mom for his number. I'm just trying to make a stupid joke.
It's like, hey, I hear you're single. It's like,
Oh!
with Mary Jane right there.
That's
Oh
the, yeah,
my
that's the time.
God.
That's the time. That's the time to do that.
No. Y'all ever been hit on at a funeral? Because I have, and it's uncomfortable.
Have you really?
I
that's
have.
Been to a funeral since I was 6 years old. So
Yeah,
would've-
that's not the time nor place to.
Yeah.
I mean, as far as I'm aware, I haven't been to one in a while. Knock
I-
on wood.
I went to a funeral a few years ago, and I was like standing 6 feet away from the open coffin, and a girl asked me for my number,
Oh my god,
and I was like, "My friend is dead, ma'am."
that's true.
It's like,
That's alright.
it's like, are you kidding me? Any other day, absolutely, but if I do, I would feel so bad.
Man,
So I was like, yeah, no, not the time. So You hate to see it. Mrs. Morales is a widow.
Definitely. Shout out to Rhea Morales. She will be in, of course, Spider-Man Miles Morales. But Peter does get her contact to be able to get Miles into Feast rather than continuing therapy. I did thought it was interesting how, you know, it was a throwaway, like, it was a throwaway line, but I forgot that Miles was in therapy for a little bit before going to Feast. You know what I'm saying? So that was a cool way to fill in the gaps, a little bit past time, stuff like that. But then I believe this happens while Miles is going is on his way to his first time at Feast.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
There's the back alley interaction with Miles and Spider-Man. This is high key my favorite cutscene in the entire game. High key. You know,
it's
there's
up
some
there.
thugs. There's some Bone Thugs and Harmony type looking gentlemen trying to mug Miles. Spider-Man comes, saves the day, all that good stuff. Miles is completely taken aback, calling him the Spectacular Spider-Man, Amazing Spider-Man, all that good stuff, whatever. And then Spider-Man I think tells him, hey, what does he tell him? Like steer clear of back alleys, whatever, or something like that. He's trying to help Miles verbally, and then Miles easier for you to say I just can't do what you do. So then Spider-Man tells Miles to let's do a little sparring. You know what I'm saying? Let's go. Let's throw some punches. And then Miles, does a decent punch to the jaw, on Peter, which very, very
cracked
cool.
him. He cracked Peter's shit.
Straight up.
Like the Mortal Kombat X-ray edits.
Yeah.
He cracked his shield. He's one hit. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I have always loved this cutscene. I thought it was a great cutscene. What do you guys feel about this cutscene? Do you have any thoughts beyond
you gotta love it. There's so much heart in that.
It feels very friendly neighborhood Spider-Man.
Yes. Yeah.
It's
and no, go ahead.
All I was gonna say is just looking out for the little guy. Not Peter. If there's anything that Peter's good at, it's making time for the people that matter. And the people that matter to him is just the everyman. Everybody, somebody on the side of the road, or somebody that needs help. It's not just I saved you, bye. He makes time, which Spider-Man 2 did it with the kids running on the street chasing after a soccer ball or something, and he tells them not to look both ways before running on the street. Or in Amazing Spider-Man 2 when he fixes Jamie Foxx's hair after saving him from another truck. And
you're not gonna like this. Getting a churro, leading an Dominican lady home.
No, that
saving a bike.
The beginning scene of Homecoming, I don't hate every single minute of Homecoming. There are good scenes in it, especially that rubble lifting scene. I want Miles to have a moment like that. I've been rereading a lot of Amazing Spider-Man. I've been rereading some Miles Morales Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man to get a better grasp on what they might be doing with Miles' characterization and what Peter can become. So Peter doesn't need a rubble lifting scene. Peter's been Spider-Man for 9 years at this point. He's gone through the tests, I guess, to become a Spider-Man, because something I've noticed with just about all of the Spider-Men is that they need a moment of both physical and emotional crushing weight to really test them, to test their grit, I guess. Because Peter started it with "If This Be My Destiny," and that scene is my favorite scene in just comic books. And I want Miles to have a moment like that, where when push comes to shove, when the battle is tough, and he proves himself to be up to the task and worthy of the strength of being Spider-Man. That's something I need to see. I want Miles to have a moment like that, because it's good. It'll really, really flesh out Miles for Spider-Man 2. And if they go the direction with the black suit, which is what most of us are thinking, it'll be really nice to have Miles and MJ pull Peter back from the edge, because that's what the black suit does. It amplifies negative emotions. So after Aunt May and after everything that happened, I'm sure that Peter will have a moment or like a crisis of faith that he needs to be reminded of this is what it means to be a hero.
Damn. And actually,
can't wait, man.
I
Sorry,
bro.
I'm getting so excited sitting here.
There's also a back alley, like from that interaction that we just talked about. There's a callback to that when he encounters two Rikers convicts, which we'll get to later on, of course. But after the whole back alley stuff, this is where we first get to play as Miles during this short section where we have to hack our way through stable forces and everything with his laptop and stuff like that. So this number one shows that he's able to create software that is able to, hack stuff, which I'm sure will be something that we will see in Miles Morales for sure. I would like to see it like built into the game, not game, like built into his suit in some way. I think that's definitely the next step, right?
That's him developing software and stuff like that is something that me and my friends were talking about yesterday. I can't remember if we talked about it in the last episode, but what do you think Miles's gadgets are going to look like?
I think they're going to be hacking and stuff like that. I think,
I'm talking about like specifically like impact web bomb,
right?
Web trap, stuff like that. Like, do you think he's going to have any of those?
Maybe. The electric web would make a lot of sense for Miles to have, but
yeah,
that would just be natural.
Yeah, so I think that one he might have. I could see him like having abilities that give you more information than like reconnaissance in some shape, form, or fashion. Like maybe be able to detect for like a short period of time, like be able to detect, like be able to like let's say like off of like an algorithm that like he wrote, maybe he can activate something that allows him to see incoming threats from more time. How do I say that? Have more lead time to be able to predict incoming threats. There we go. Like a longer spidey sense, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Maybe something like that. I don't know. Maybe he's able to disable like the electric weapons that the Tinkerer's men have.
Yeah, because they're high-tech weapons. I'm sure I'm sure that'll be an upgrade to like deactivate them or something like Arkham-esque.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll do something like that for sure.
Environmental, like I don't know. I feel like the Spider-Man would be good, like especially since he's starting as a stealth hero.
Oh.
So it's like,
cut the lights. Maybe.
Yeah, you like cut the lights, take out a few of them like back to back. Lights go back on, you're out of there.
Well, he can go invisible too, so maybe like the invisible thing is on the wheel as well.
Yeah.
The like cloaking stuff. Who knows? We'll see. But yeah, good point. But we do see him and his ability to do that. I hope that we get like a full like skill tree, like what wow, I had a stroke. What Terrell said, you know what I'm saying? In terms of like, I hope like there's a full on like hacking skill tree that we can unlock for him. But then, after the whole Sable Forces stuff, he goes to Feast. There's a rude ass dude that, says, oh, like his dad wasn't a hero at, which was tragic. You hate to see it. And then we jump.
Sad.
Yeah, I was like, yo, my man, what's good? And then we jump over a few hours into the game where Miles is in a sister site in Harlem. So this is where Miles is from in the game. So there is a sister site for Feast that is on fire. Miles is in there with May. MJ tries to help them. Well, I mean, not tries, does assist them in breaking out and all that. Spider-Man's there too. But then, Spider-Man gets caught in some falling debris from the building and all that. Spider-Man shoots a web up, and then Miles catches that web and pulls him up, which I thought was pretty cool as well.
Yeah,
I remember. Yeah, you just uncovered that whole scene in my brain for me. That was amazing.
That felt very Batman Forever. Like when Robin pulls up Batman's shot from like the grapnel gun.
Yeah.
That scene always hits different because if you remember, that's right after Peter got bodied by the Sinister Six. So he's got like what 14 broken bones, they say.
Damn, for real?
Yeah, Peter fought Ock and all the Sinister Six again. He ran it back with 14 broken bones.
Yeah, I remember that. I just don't remember the 14
street,
bones
I'ma
stuff.
beat your motherfucking ass.
Well, Peter also heals faster. He can recover from a gunshot or a broken bone in about a day.
Damn.
So
That's hot.
it was a rough few days for Peter, but the story only takes place over what, like 2 weeks?
Yeah, it's not a lot of time. You're right.
Yeah, shout out to Peter Parker. Like, dude can take a beating.
14 broken bones is like the flu for him.
Yeah, no, what was it? Like one time he got his eye ripped out. It was bad.
Damn. But also because of this could explain why there was like a pop-up tent type thing. Granted, it was like a festival type thing that they were showing off in the Miles Morales gameplay that we got during the PS5 showcase. There was like a little feast tent thing set up, but there has to be some sort of connection in terms of their sister site burned up in Harlem during Spider-Man PS4, so maybe we'll play into that in some way. Maybe they're raising funds to open up a new facility in Harlem. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? So that might kind of lead into the beginning of the game, maybe, where like Miles is definitely still involved in Feast, specifically his home facility at Feast in Harlem. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe there's a bigger focus there, and different stuff like that. So thought that was cool. And then there's that rooftop scene where Miles is like, "Hey MJ, are you doing Spider-Man? What the hell? Whatever, that whole thing." Miles tells Spider-Man, "Yo." No, Spider-Man tells Miles, "Yo, be eyes and ears at Feast," all that good stuff. But then Miles goes to get supplies for Feast, but he actually fakes it and goes off and steals medicine from Sable's agents to help cure the people that are sick in Feast due to Devil's Breath, which is where, of course, we get the whole Rhino encounter. Do you have any thoughts on that whole thing? That whole little stealth section in the game.
It's the best one, but it's the best of the worst.
Yeah.
I didn't really feel very tense throughout the scene. I was like, all right, let's just get it over with.
It's no MJ scene though,
Oh yeah, no, those.
So
MJ
you gotta love that.
Please, for the love of God, no more.
Let me find out we get a Genki scene, and I'll be where Kevin's at right now.
If we get a Genki,
I was about to say, y'all are real positive about fucking Genki, but y'all can look at me like I was the Messiah, claiming that Genki's a trash character. Any more questions?
You really think they're gonna make him be a stealth hero?
So wait, even if they do, are you gonna tell me that MJ is a trash character?
She just needs to fix that haircut.
That's true, and the face too.
Damn.
No.
Genki, no. They didn't put it in any of the DLC, so I feel like they know. Well, they put it in the first DLC actually.
Yeah. Wait. Damn, I forgot.
Did they? Peter had a pizza. Peter had a pizza, and MJ is like, "All right, I'm gonna sneak in and get pictures of the Magia."
Oh wait, no, you're right. Yeah, you're right.
And then MJ got mad at Peter. He's like, "You were eating?" He's like, "Yeah, I haven't eaten all day. Calm down."
Damn.
Pizza time.
Damn. Pizza time. It's pizza time. But
I'm paying for those.
But yeah, so he steals medicine. You know what I'm saying? encounters Rhino. That's cool. I'm glad that we will see a rematch of that in the opening of Spider-Man Miles Morales. Can't wait for that. It's gonna be cool. Big fan. But then, I think the highlight of this whole interaction is Miles using Peter's punch technique that Peter taught him as Spider-Man in the alley cutscene against two Rikers convicts. If you guys read, well, technically he only punched one of them, and then the other one was like, "Nah, man, I'm good, kid," you know. But I thought that was cool because like that was kind of like Miles' first like heroic physical thing that he's done. I think. Well, no, I mean, you know, he saved Spider-Man, but before this, but in terms of like
first,
combat
like, encounter he had.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was a really cool scene because he's like, all right, hip square, you know, does that whole thing, and and then we jump a while into the story. So this is kind of where we have like the third act going in, all like good stuff's happening. Well, bad stuff is happening. Miles is still at Feast helping out, and I think at this point May is sick with Devil's Breath and all that. But there was, of course, the famous Spider 42 that climbed. If I remember correctly, this Spider climbed onto MJ while MJ was sneaking in like the Oscorp lab type thing, right?
Yeah.
And then this spider remained on her for that long, which is beyond me, right? Clean yourself, but beyond me. This spider then crawls off of her body at Feast. It climbs into some boxes where Miles is moving some of these boxes and then bites Miles.
God, I wish that were me.
Can fucking relate.
Yeah. So this is, and
can we talk about how racist the spider is? It just hung on MJ for how long, and then as soon as it sees Miles, oh god, bite him.
She wasn't worthy.
That's facts.
Damn.
You know what? That's facts. He saw it. You know what? He saw the mission in the art museum. He said, you know what? No, you don't deserve it.
Like, we've had MJ as a Spider Woman before, and it just hits different with Miles. Because like,
I mean, absolutely.
It's like MJ and Spider-Man's like, oh, now I'm the hero. You can't save me anymore. And then it's just like more relationship conflict, and then they go on another break, and then they're back together by the end of the game. Like that's.
I gotta tell you, MJ and Peter really, I don't think they work out in this universe. I don't know.
I mean, people have conflicts. Like, I mean, how would you feel if your significant other? Like, it's like, hey, I can literally stop a train through sheer willpower and strength.
Well, I would tell him that I am an individual fucking woman and I don't need his help, okay? I can take pictures and shit like that by myself.
You infiltrated a militia, like a camp, a militia camp.
Yeah, to take pictures.
Yeah, man. Where you could have got dunked on. You could have got shot. I would be upset at you.
I don't get shot, okay? I'm a main character.
No, you're not.
I don't get shot.
Peter, I have plot armor. God damn.
No, it's like you're literally you are an adult woman. I am a superhero. I go toe to toe with Avengers. It's like
I go toe to toe with other photographers. At
exactly.
The journalist place that I'm at, okay?
Daily Bugle.
The girls in the office, feisty.
Listen, man, look, I just simply don't really like MJ that much as Prime PS4. Y'all really hate this chick. That's hilarious.
I don't hate. There are moments where I feel like MJ is a little immature, which is part of her growth. And that's why like at the end of the game they get back together, and throughout the DLC, like MJ's a lot more mature through, you know, Peter helping her out. Except in the first Majid DLC, that one was, you know. So I like MJ.
I like MJ a lot more than Kirsten Dunst's MJ. She belongs to the streets.
Dude, what is going on with all this Raimi slander today?
It's not Raimi slander. It's just Kirsten Dunst slander. Okay.
I mean,
she belongs to the streets.
Why does she belong to the streets?
Her MJ belongs to the streets, dog.
One quick thing, I do like how throughout the beginning of the game, it's kind of a fake out. Like, oh shit, like is the spider gonna bite MJ? That's crazy. Then it bites Miles. You know.
I'd be upset. It's like, oh, the spider that you carried here had like the potency to give someone powers and it didn't choose me, I would be pressed. I would be hurt.
Damn.
That close to being able to stop a train. That close.
You would see me
So
on the
close.
fetal position on the ground, just surrounding the spider, trying to get it to wake up and bite me.
Wake up.
Just wake up, please. You got one more. You got one more in you, please.
You whip him up and make him bite you.
Damn.
I'd be pressed if I didn't get powers. I'd be pressed.
Speaking of powers, then we have at the end of the game, Miles reveals that he has Spider-Man abilities. And a very funny conversation because, you know, Peter's like, wait, yo, birds and bees talk? Like, what's good? You know, hey,
Yeah.
let's not, you know, and then Miles like, hey, I'm going to just show you. And Peter's like, hey, yo, hold up. No,
Hey,
please
yo.
don't.
I don't-
Yeah. He's like, yo, please don't, please. And then he jumps on the ceiling. And then this is the first time Peter reveals to Miles that he's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a really, really cool thing to happen, like at the very end, you know. Even though, you know, I'll forever have gripes with like, if Spider-Man talks to you, you hear his voice, and it's like, you know, I don't know. I mean, I would like to say I would recognize someone's voice, but
Well,
I digress.
it's hard to understand someone's voice through a mask. It sounds crisp because, you know, that's the game that's the reason, like, that's the way the
Fair,
games have to
fair.
work. But
I
it's
feel like
like
it's definitely more plausible than just taking off your glasses and pulling your hair down a little bit.
fun fact, in some Superman stories, those glasses have Kryptonian glass in them that actually bend how a person's face looks while wearing them, which is why Clark,
Wait, that is actually really cool.
which is why that nobody recognizes that Clark Kent also wears baggy clothes, so he looks like a little chunky to Superman's ripped physique. So that's the reason that no one suspects Clark Kent is Superman, but that's just a side thing.
Now, what's the reason that nobody suspects Toby?
Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man is because
I'm just joking. I was just gonna bring up the scene.
He's
what's
kind
it
of a
called?
pushover.
Where he was at the festival and he ripped open his shirt without his mask on and ran through a group of people.
Okay, there's a goblin on a glider throwing grenades at
Listen,
people.
if there was a goblin on a glider throwing grenades at people, I would be looking at the photographer. Okay,
Really? Yeah, you wanna look at me and lie?
I'm not looking at you. I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
So I
And
can
then-
lie all I want. It's like Among Us.
And then during the
Kevin hates us right now. I
Kevin is
promise he's fuming.
single-handedly
No, I promise he's
keeping this
fuming.
episode together.
I swear I don't hate it at all.
That should be the thumb. You know, that should be the thumbnail. It's like Spider-Man or like Homecoming or whatever, where he's like holding the ferry together, and it's like the podcast like topic.
Podcast topic, Kevin.
I mean, I would like to bring up. I'm pretty sure we're at a shorter runtime than we were last week.
Where are we?
We are.
We
About
are.
like 30
Yeah,
minutes.
we are. We are. We do just gotta cover just DLC, and then, you know, that's about it.
Then I can yell about your takes more.
Absolutely. During the DLC, we don't see a ton because obviously, you know, DLC. You know, we gotta
Yeah.
save the whole, you know, development of Miles having powers and stuff like that, to Miles Morales. But I do think that like I would honestly recommend a lot of people, if they just played the game, you play the DLC before you go into Spider-Man Miles Morales, because there's like a lot of cool stuff here that is not really like that heavy in plot, but like it's cool to see, you know, the progression of like Miles wanting to be trained and then eventually being trained in the field and different stuff like that towards the end of the DLC. But we see, you know, Miles constantly calling Peter, trying to get him to train him in Spire stuff, but Peter definitely is putting the foot down, like, hey, school comes first, Spider-Man becomes second, all that good stuff. Peter then agrees cautiously. You know, we have funny stories about Miles having his powers now, where Miles dunked on a homie in school with basketball. You know, Miles broke his toe while jumping off of a building trying to practice by himself, you know. And then Peter echoes, of course, Uncle Ben's sentiment of reminding him that his powers should be treated with great responsibility. You know what I'm saying? You love to see it. And then, but then also one thing that I didn't write was that, like, Peter also passed on some wisdom that Aunt May taught Peter, which was that, like, you know, you help one person and you help so many more people through that one person. You know what I'm saying? And that was a story where like, you know, Peter helped some lady at Feast, and then she promised that like, hey, you know, once I get my life together, get a job, whatever, I'm gonna give Feast as much money out of my first paycheck as I possibly can. And then she does do that, you know, which he uses that story to teach Miles that like, yo, like when you help one person, they can have a ripple effect of positivity that goes throughout, you know, a lot of other people's lives than just that one person.
And then I mean that rings true with him and Miles too. The positivity in the alleyway, teaching him how to punch, and then the ripple effect through him becoming the next Spider-Man.
Very, very good. Very, very good. And then we have the end cutscene where, you know, Miles jumps off the roof and starts swinging, I suppose. So that's about it.
That'd be terrifying. They jumped off of like, it looks like what, like the Chrysler Building.
That was pretty high up. I'm not even gonna lie, man. I don't know.
Should have jumped off the Avengers building. Go big or go home.
Damn.
Yeah, just jump off the Empire State Building.
And I don't know about you guys, but every time I hear great power, great responsibility now, I hear the Spider-Man from Spider-Verse at the back of my head. No, don't say it. I'm tired of hearing it. Stop.
Peter B. Parker really do hit different, especially these days. Shout out to Spider-Man. Oh,
big ups to Spider-Man.
Like, I'm so excited to see where they go with Miles and what they do with him, because like after discussing, you know, his history, at least in the one game, and hopefully with some context through the prequel novel, I'm excited to see what direction they go with him. Like, because it seems like they're not following, but like taking the cues from Spider-Verse Miles and making him very independent. Like, this is his own Spider-Man. Like, this isn't Diet Peter Parker.
Right. Ooh, one last thing I didn't even say. When Miles helps that old man in Feast and turns on the TV,
yeah,
the reporter says that, you know, hey, Jefferson leaves behind a wife, a son, and a brother, Aaron. So Uncle Aaron is confirmed in this universe. That's like Class A confirmed. He's very, very briefly mentioned in that newscast. So Uncle Aaron is here.
Probably.
So I guess I'll end off asking you two gentlemen, like, what is the one, like, what do you mostly want to see pay off in terms of like something that was a thread that was in the first game or in the DLC that you want to see like expanded upon or like addressed in Spider-Man and Miles Morales?
Well, something big I want to see is just like how, like, because Miles started out like following Peter, like mimicking his every step. I want to see Miles like stand on his own alongside his hero instead of being like, you know, because we've heard him be his mentor, like his leader, you know, his sidekick. It's like I want to see at the end of the game like that is Spider-Man 1 or Spider-Man 2 or whatever. Like that is like these individual Spider-Men. Something I also want to see is the fallout from Devil's Breath.
Ooh, that's a very good one. Yeah, that's a very good, because everyone got that like vaccine.
Yeah, except
You know?
there were a lot of deaths despite it, because the vaccine came a few days after Devil's Breath was released.
Yeah.
So that was enough time for Aunt May to die. That's enough time for a lot of people to die.
It's a very, very good point. Yeah, very good point. Real, what do you want to see with Spider-Man and Miles Morales?
You know, honestly, I can't really think of a big thread I would want to pull besides seeing Miles Morales being able to act on his own. Honestly, I really can't think of anything.
Yeah, I think the most I think the biggest thing I want to see is kind of like what we've been talking about a little bit. We talked a lot about it, comparing Peter and Miles, and Real low-key brought this up while we were conversating. I want to see how Miles Morales sets himself apart not only in terms of not wanting to be like the protege of Peter Parker or like be like the shadow of the real Spider-Man in quotes, but I want to see how he separates himself in terms of like fighting styles and like just in like the overall style of like how his Spider-Man handles certain things. You know what I'm saying?
From these
Like-
clips, I think we've gotten that.
Yeah, we're like definitely gonna get that, but like I just want to see like how far they go with that in terms of like not only I guess like the like certain decisions and choices that Miles makes on a given threat, but like his arsenal, his tech. You know, he knows his way around software, knows his way around. He hacked and disabled technology. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see like how far that goes and how intelligent he is from that manner. And that you know, I give his name shit, but I want to see what Genki got. You know what I'm saying? I want to see if he can really be the man in the chair for me. You know, but yeah. I guess yeah, those two definitely are things that I want to see. I want to see if maybe does he like track down how he got his powers, you know? Does he think about that spider that bit him at Feast, you know? That too. You know, do they bring up Aunt May? Maybe that's more of a Spider-Man 2 thing because that's definitely more of a Peter trauma thing for sure. Uncle Aaron, of course, I want to see as well, but I digress. Is there anything else you want to say, gentlemen, before we head out?
No, I'm just curious to see if you have any more cold takes.
Damn.
Hot takes. All I got is, you know, be kind, do the right thing, don't be a dickhead.
Fuck Genki, you know what I'm saying? Also, just to clarify, Spider-Cat is tied to that specific suit that you were talking about.
Okay.
About the MIU, I mean ArachKnight. I don't know why I just didn't say ArachKnight. Yeah, so that suit with the sweater, that's a suit that has that backpack that has Spider-Cat, which will help you with takedowns and different stuff like that. And the cat is indeed confirmed a bodega cat.
You love to see it.
Which is why he, you know, was chilling in the bodega. So you love to see that representation. You truly do.
You truly do.
Well, gentlemen, that has been the recap to Miles Morales. Next week, we're going to go into the actual plot that we know of so far of Miles Morales. Get excited for that. But this has been episode 3 of Road to Miles Morales. You can cast a weekly podcast series about any and all things Spider-Man Miles Morales on youtube.com/PlaysInSource, as well as your favorite podcast service every Sunday by hitting the anchor link down below to find us on Apple Podcasts, Google Play Podcasts, Spotify, and any other major service, or by just searching Play the Source podcast feed. To support the show, you can of course like and subscribe, as well as become a member of the channel by hitting the join button or the link in the description to become a member of the channel. You can become a Prince tier for $1 or a King tier for $5 and get access to different channel badges, emotes, as well as shoutouts and all PSS content just like the homies Owen, ArachKnight, Chungi, Caleb Kaiser, and Tapiwa Musa. And I know I do that after I do the outros, but to Real Deathly, where can the people find you?
You can find me in Discord, or you can find me on Twitter, link in the description, to Real Deathly. You know, just talk a bunch of bullshit on there. You can DM me, ask me questions about how my day's going. Love it when people ask me how my day's going.
Watch you lie in Among Us.
Exactly. If you want to lose to me in Among Us, let me know. I'll send you a code.
Damn. ArachKnight, where can people find you?
Discord, Twitter, link in the description. Catch me talk about some bullshit.
Catch me on some bullshit.
Did you just quote me?
Yeah, I just took exactly what you said.
Catch me on some bullshit. Links below in the description to our Twitter as well, Discord server, all that good stuff. Anchor link to listen to us on other podcast services. And yeah, episode 3. Thank you all for watching. And as always,
Greatness
awaits.
Damn, that was almost unison. What's good?
What's good?
Also, Genki sucks.
Cap L.